Greetings fellow dungeon defenders, Jadalus here. This time I'm going to show you guys how to beat Hall of Court Nightmare mode with the assistance and tower building setup of my good friend Roller. Since Roller's going to be doing all the building, I'm just going to be running around in first person mode, observing the setup, trying to get good angles for you guys. This setup uses entirely apprentice towers, except there will be 2 monk auras. I will show his stats for his apprentice, or should I say his adept, or adept, however you want to say it. Anyways, I'll show the stats that he has at the end of the video, but for now we're just going to be running around showing the initial setup, and then as per usual of my videos I will speed through the combat phases and anything where I don't think anything too important is going on. So that was the setup for the first wave, and like I said, now we're speeding through combat phase. I'm just running around and picking up the stragglers there just to help things go by quicker, but you really don't need to do any fighting of your own. Since the backside doesn't get hit too hard, you really don't need too much towers back there. We're just going to end up with a couple magic missiles and a lightning tower, and that will be good to go for the backside. Alright, now we're making some adjustments to the main front end, selling off those 2 magic missile towers and replacing them with fireball towers in a slightly different position. And struggling there for time, trying to get up the last few towers before the wave ends. Didn't have enough time to switch over to the DPS character, but it didn't really matter because with this setup and with how good his stats are, don't need to do any DPSing of your own. So as you can see there, got that last lightning tower up, and now the backside is good to go. Got up a deadly striker and a lightning tower up in the front as well. Don't worry that if you can't really see what's going on right now, because it's just combat phase and it's just stuff getting killed. Like I said, I wouldn't speed through anything that I thought was too important, and I will be showing you in just a minute here a layout of the map so far, just in case you missed some of the buildings. And there it is, the tower placement so far. And we are almost done with tower setup. Like I said, there would be all apprentice towers except for just 2 auras, which are about to go up right now. Just a couple ensnare auras. And there is leftover DU, so if you're trying to do this build and it's not working out for you, then just add more towers. If you don't know what towers to add, then basically just go with a couple more fireball towers on the front end there, or if you're struggling in the back, then obviously you'll want to add the towers there. It's pretty simple. You don't really need more than 1 lightning tower in the front and the back, and the 1 deadly striker should be fine for the front end as well, just to help with the dragons and the ogres. And other than that, I don't see why you should have much problem using this build unless your tower stats are just way too low. Right now I just wanted to show you some of the mythical loot that you can get from doing this, since we are running through nightmare mode. It's not the greatest, obviously it's not, you know, Uber Monster Fest quality, but it is mythical nonetheless, and you can get some pretty good drops. So it's worth doing, it's worth taking the time to get this build down and grind it out a few times to get your mythical. And so now we are speeding through combat phase again, and doing some upgrading to the lightning towers. Not absolutely necessary, but I got bored of just running around and watching, and it does help speed through the waves a bit quicker. If you are going to be doing any upgrading, then just go ahead and do it on the lightning towers, because those are the ones dealing with those oh so annoying spiders. And final wave approaches us. He did do some upgrading on the walls, may or may not be necessary, but yeah, we're about to speed through this last wave here. Nothing too exciting happens, although I will slow down once the 2 ogres come, just so you can see how badly they get destroyed here. There's the first ogre, and he goes down, and the second ogre, and he goes down. So as you can see, ogres no problem, ninjas no problem, spiders no problem, dragons no problem. And that will pretty much conclude the tutorial. Speeding through the last few monsters now. As for the loot and the mana, I think I got around 5 mil or so mana from doing this, and the mana was being split 2 ways, so bear that in mind. Anyways, now I'm going to show you the tower builder's stats. As you can see, they are pretty high, but don't freak out if yours aren't even close to that. You should be able to do it with significantly lower stats. I don't want to say a specific number because I'm not entirely sure, but give it a try. Tell me if it works out for you. And if you have any questions or comments, let me know. Special thanks to Roller for helping me with this video using his setup and his tower builder. And that's about it, guys. So until next we meet, fare thee well.